Hello, today we are going to solve another problem with equations. As I've written down the conditions of this problem, and in this condition it says that the first box, 4 times less cookies than the second box. When 12 kilograms of cookies were transferred from the second box to the first box, the mass of the two boxes became equal. We need to find out how many cookies were in the first box and in the second box. In the first box and in the second box. In order to solve this problem, we will make an equation. But in order to make an equation, we need to define a variable. Which box we will designate as the original variable. Let's go back to our condition. If the condition says that the first box has 4 times less than the second box, then if I say that the second box has X kilograms, then there's 4 times less in the first box. What does 4 times less mean? We need to divide X divided by 4. And then originally the first box had X divided by 4 kilograms and the second box just has X kilograms. Let's denote the second condition and write it down as math symbols. When the second box transferred 12 kilograms into the first box, the mass of the boxes became the same. When we say transferred, that is, we took from one box and transferred those 12 kilograms into the first box. Then, from the second box, we took 12 kilograms. And we put those 12 kilograms into the first box. The result is X divided by 4 plus 12. And the second box is X minus 12 kilograms. And the mass of these boxes became equal. We're equating, we're equalizing the first box and the second box using the equal sign. As a result, we have an equation, and this equation we can solve. I'm going to write X divided by 4 plus 12 equals X minus 12. In order to solve this equation, we will move the variable X from the right side to the left side, and the result is X minus 4 minus X equals minus 12 minus 12. What is the result? We can find the common denominator in the left-hand side, but when we solve the equation, where one of the terms was a fractional number, we talked about getting rid of the denominator. To get rid of the denominator, I can multiply the left side and the right side by 4. What is the result? Yitezem 4 times X divided by 4 minus 4 times X equals, don't forget, and we multiply the right side. The result is minus 12 times 4, that's minus 48, and again 12 times 4, also 48. The result is X minus 4X equals minus 96. And then minus 3X equals minus 96. The result is that X equals minus 96, I must divide by minus 3. Then X equals 32. Let's answer the question of our problem. How many of cookies were in the first box and in the second box? In order to answer this question correctly, let's go back to our condition. We have labeled that in the second box we have X kilograms. Then in the second box, since X equals 32, then there are 32 kilograms in the second box. And in the first box, X divided by 4. X divided by 4 is 4 kilograms. Then we divide 32 by 4, and the result is 8 kilograms. The second box has 32 kilograms, the first box has 8 kilograms, and we solved this problem with an equation. The result is that the second box has 32 kilograms. and in the first box, 8 kilograms. But we can use a different method to solve this problem. We're going to use the same equation. We're going to solve this problem using an equation, but we'll write down the equation in a different form. So I'll write down again first box, second box. We talked about how the first box has 4 times less cookies in the first box than the second box. But I can tell you differently. I can tell you that the second box, 4 times as many cookies. What than the first box? What does that tell me? Let's write down. There's 4 times as much in box 2. 4 times as much as the first box. And then I can denote the number of cookies in the first box by x, and the number of cookies in the second box is 4x, because there are 4 times as many cookies in the second box. Next is the second condition, when the second box is transferred from the second box to the first box. Box, I write down minus 12, and the first box plus 12. And the mass of the 2 boxes is again equal. What's the result? The equation is like this, and as you can see, we don't have a fractional summand in this equation. Let's solve this equation. X minus 4x equals minus 12 minus 12, and then minus 3x equals minus 24, and x equals 8. You can tell that in the first way we got x equals 32. The answers are different, but let's go back to our equation. And notice that we have labeled the first box with x and the second box with 4 x's. Then it turns out that we have x in the first box, and that's 8 kilograms. And the second box has 4 x's. So that's 8 times 4, and that's 32 kilograms. Now notice that in the second method, one more time. Notice that we got the same answer. The first box contains 8 kilograms and the second box contains 32 kilograms. We solved this problem in 2 ways and got the same answer. These ways of applying the equation are the same, but we labeled the quantities differently. The original number of cookies in the boxes. Well, what do I want to point out? In order to avoid getting a fractional number, you can rephrase the condition, and then you can have a simple linear equation that you know how to solve. In order to solve problems using an equation, try to represent the smaller quantity by the variable, and then express the larger quantity through the original quantity, and then you will have an equation. In the next lesson, we will solve another problem using an equation. Today our lesson has come to an end. Goodbye, see you again.